My name is Carole, and I'm a survivor and a mother of 4. Biomarker testing saved my children's lives.
I was diagnosed in 2016 at the age of 42. Prior to diagnosis, I was in the best shape of my life, running, hiking daily, and practicing great healthy habits both physically and mentally. I was in utter dismay when a sore shoulder from a hike the previous day landed me in the ER and led me to my diagnosis of stage 4 colorectal cancer. I was discouraged to find out that my cancer was not able to be surgically removed, only treated with systemic chemo. I was given grim news of a 6 to 11 month lifespan after diagnosis, even with chemo that would only be palliative.
I felt a heavy weight that had just overcome my chest. And I also realized that the idea of eternity didn't exist any longer.
I traveled to the Cleveland Clinic in Ohio to seek out a second opinion from leading experts in the field. I was offered genetic screening in addition to germline screening and tumor testing to determine where my cancer was coming from a genetic perspective. I found out through genetic testing that my cancer was in fact hereditary and came from a bumper 1A gene deficiency caused by hereditary difference from my paternal side. My cancer is caused by juvenile polyposis syndrome in a line under the FAP family of hereditary cancers. As a result of my diagnosis, my family members were discovered that my children all carry the defect. One son had 3 precancerous polyps at age 19. Several aunts, uncles, and cousins were also screened, and it was determined that some of them carried the same hereditary marker. My diagnosis saved the lives of my family members and my children. I began chemo in 2016, and the result was positive. What was first considered hopeless started to see glimpses of light. After 10 rounds of full FOXFIRI, it was determined that I had significant enough cancer death to go forward with surgical removal of the primary tumor and associated liver metastasis. This was done over a process of 3 intense and difficult surgeries. I also received the HAI pump implanted in my abdomen to administer chemotherapy after removal of the tumors as a method of post-surgery cleanup of lingering cancer cells. During this process, the chemo administered through the HAI pump, my liver began to fail. After 19 surgeries in October 2017, in the Cleveland Clinic parking lot, I had a liver aneurysm and things became grim yet again. I was rushed back into the clinic and admitted into immediate surgery to fix the aneurysm. After the surgery, the physicians determined my liver was not going to work and my life was again on the line. The Cleveland Clinic physician team was researching a novel new procedure from Norway involving hard organ transplantation for patients with colorectal cancer limited to their liver. The doctors felt there was no more we could do with my liver, and I would have to find a donor for this process on my own.
The feeling of grief was overwhelming, and that was really what was going through my mind.
Much to my surprise, my congregation had over 50 willing people. Jason, my donor, was a friend from church and felt he was called to donate his liver. He was the 6th person to be considered by Cleveland and ultimately my perfect match.
That was pretty amazing. I still pinch myself. Can't believe that it's actually happened.
On April 23rd, 2018, Jason and I underwent a 14-hour surgery, number 20 for me in 3 years. The surgery was followed by a 6-week stay in Cleveland to make sure that all was going well. I became the first person in the U.S. to undergo this type of transplant after being diagnosed with colorectal cancer. Currently, I live in Connecticut and strive to bring more awareness to the disease and the inequity in care and opportunity related to care that we face. We can do more to save others' lives. We are fighting for life or death. I believe that we can achieve these goals by offering better access to information to patients as they are being diagnosed.
I truly believe that I have a voice in my cancer care. No one else is going to be the biggest advocate. I am that person. I don't think that I would be alive if it weren't for the work I did and just being part of an amazing team who really went to bat for this girl. They really did everything they could to look at things from a multidisciplinary approach and to go for cure from the get-go. I always remember and remind myself That hope means that no matter what, that the journey has been purposeful. So it wasn't necessarily about me surviving, but rather leaving the message of hope, that through hope and fortitude, you can continue your mission and continue your story. I know many patients have a fear or anxiety about seeking second, third, fourth, fifth opinions. I had those same feelings as well. We need to have everybody in the game looking at it in different ways, and the opinions that I've found were the most important were the opinions that came from a multidisciplinary team, which include a genetic specialist, my oncologist, my surgical team, as well as the other important people that played a role in the treatment of my care. So I would never, ever be afraid of getting a second, third, fourth, or fifth opinions. I would encourage all of you to do the same. Biomarker testing has given me so many advantages in my care. It's been able to allow me to see the hereditary history that I had, and it has allowed me to take that opportunity to have genetic testing done on my family that has saved their lives. For more information on biomarker testing, please visit www.knowyourbiomarker.org.